Hello, I'm Phil Hoeschele.
And I'm Joey Setterlun.
We're part of the Whitewater fishing team, and we're out on a local lake near Whitewater trying some spots out. And
we're gonna show you how we're doing it today and see how we can catch some bluegills. Hopefully we can get on them.
maybe some crappie too.
Oh, we're on them over here, boys.
Well, that was pretty fast. Straight drop down. Oh! So today we're lucky that they're not very finicky. Sometimes you really have to work for them. But as you can see, it's basically drop and they're just smashing and let this guy go. See you another day. Fish out! Fish out! As you can see here, we got about a 22-inch green walleye. Looking beautiful. Fish out! Oh, we strictly monsters here in Whitewater. And with that one, another fish came up, and when they have competition a lot of times, it kind of gets them going because they think the other fish is just going to go for it. So a lot of times when there's multiple fish on the screen, it actually does really help you. But also, sometimes you don't have that luck.
There we go. It looks like a better one. Maybe not. Oh, it's not bad. So we got just a little bluegill here, but today we're just using a little tungsten jig tipped with some waxies or spikes. I like the spikes; they stay on a little better, but he's not quite big enough for us to take home today. But there is a ton down there. We actually got right on the school, and it's really nice when you can get on a school because, like he was saying over there, there's competition, and then you don't really got to work as much for these fish. And the active ones do stay on top of the school. But let's get back down there so we can hopefully stay on the school and they don't move on us.
Hey, Big Joe, what's this thing?
This is for your tungsten jigs when they get caught in the bluegill's mouth and they go kind of deep back. They don't have a really big mouth, so it's nice to use these to get in there and really get that hook dislodged so that you don't ruin your paint of the tungsten jigs like you would with something like this. And so they're like $5 or $6 at your local bait shop, and they really save you a lot of money with preserving the paint on the tungsten jigs. Getting back down here, and hopefully we'll get bit right away.
And like you see on this thing, they're attached to this thing that you can pull it out and in. That's really nice. Instead of trying to pull it out of your pockets all the time, it's just there all the way. So it's just, you can go anywhere you want, up, out, in, and yeah. Come on, Joe.
There's one coming up. Let's see if I can use it on one of the fish, actually.
So we got a fish on the screen, and they're kind of finicky. You kind of want to just keep raising them bit by bit, and sometimes this fish didn't want it as I raised it, but sometimes when you raise them, they just get a little bit extra excited and hungry because they can't catch it, so they just keep going, and that really gets them going. But there's a lot of fish.
What are these yellow things you got around your neck? Oh, missed one.
So these are what we call ice picks. These are the brand Frable, but you can get them in all different types. So we're out here on early ice, so it is kind of sketchy sometimes when you're on that 2-3 inches. You never know what's going to happen, especially a lot of lakes around here are spring fed. So when you fall through, these just give you a kind of a safety mechanism. So if I fell through right here, I'd be able to take these out like this and then use them. And there's actually a little thing, I don't know if you can see it, but it goes down like this and there's actual picks on it. So as I'm going, you can just go like this and pull your way out with these. So I would highly recommend this. We try to have them on us at all times. Right now we're on a pretty small lake near shore. It's good ice, nice and cold, so we don't all need them. But at least if someone has one pick, it's suggested.
And then, well, it's good too if you're out by yourself, because these really help you get out by yourself if you're not out with a buddy. And as you can see right over there, I mean, we have a river that's coming in, and it's pretty shallow over there. And if you didn't, or not shallow, the ice is pretty sketchy over there. And if you didn't really know what you were getting into, or you're not really an experienced ice angler, you got to be really careful out here. You know, even over on the other end of the lake, there's open water, and you just got to be careful and make sure you know your surroundings. And especially if it's a lake around the area, kind of, you know, try to watch it and see how it freezes, so you know where to, you know, where to stay and where to stay off of.
And what a lot of guys do, along with bringing these, you'll actually bring out like a rope or even like a tow strap or something. So if your buddy does fall through and you're near him, you can throw that to him, and he can use these to kind of pull him out. And you can use the rope to kind of tie around yourself and pull while you're both going, so that helps too. But that's all personal preference, but we do recommend it because it does keep you safe. And I bet a lot of people, their parents are worried about them being on the ice, maybe your girlfriend or boyfriend, and that will just give you another reason why you can go out on the ice and they don't have to worry so much. And you may see me kind of fidgeting with the eyelets a lot, and as you're reeling up the line, the water's spraying on these, and since it's so cold, it'll actually freeze up, and that'll catch your line. A lot of times when you're reeling that in, it'll actually just cut your line, because ice is pretty sharp thing. Sometimes being cold really gives you that extra jigging technique. Really works them good. My hands are freezing. Literally, I think they're freezing from after touching that fish. You start to turn purple, you should probably put on your gloves. Oh, talking about gloves, give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors. Thanks to Eskimo. Keep my hands nice and warm. Got the Eskimo bibs on too. Great knee pads, best bibs I probably ever had. Also got the Eskimo bib jack. Love this thing. Everything's just keeping me nice and quality in this frigid Antarctic weather here in India.
Did you really just say India? Jesus, you were doing so good too. What we got here today it's the Eskimo pistol bit. It actually weighs about, I think it's like 3.2 pounds. It's super light. I got it connected to my Milwaukee cordless drill, and it actually really cuts through ice really well compared to, even I've had propane ones, I've had gas ones. I do like this one the best. It's so lightweight and portable. The other ones used to be like 30, 40 pounds, and it's just a drag, especially if you're hole hopping and you got to drill 30, 40 holes all day. It's really a drag, but super simple. All you do is just pull the trigger and you push down with this, and as you can see, that was a little tough. The batteries get really cold on this. That's the one thing that I do have to say about it. But that's on me. I left it sit out on the ice. I could put it away in my bag. And it'll drill a lot better with a full warm battery. But yeah, this is something I would definitely invest in. It's the Eskimo pistol bit. It's the 8-inch hole. And we're really thankful for Eskimo to allow us to, you know, sponsor us and to be able to use their products. God, I want to go. This feels a little better.
Could be a crappie.
Might be. I don't know. Oh, it's just a really nice bluegill. Holy cow!
I think that's the nicest bluegill of the day.
It's one of the nicer ones we caught today. It's probably just over 8, 8.5, maybe 9. But it's really nice, and they're really wide out here, so it really helps. And actually gonna keep this guy for some dinner later. We're gonna flay some up and either eat them tonight or this weekend sometime. But yeah. Ooh.
So as you can see here in the corner of the Panoptics, we've found a group of fish. And so those are approximately 25 feet to our left. So this really helps because then we can actually just go those 25 feet, drill a few holes, and it'll make it a lot easier. And how you kind of do this, it's really easy. You just kind of move it around like this. And then I can see all the way around us. So on the screen right now, I'm pointing in a direction that they're not in at all. And as I slowly move it, you can see as we find that school. And then we know exactly where to go, and you can do that whole spread around us, which these are just amazing on what you can do. It really improves the game of fishing. So we'll show you another pair of ice picks. The frayable ones, as we showed before, are a little bit more expensive, so people may stray away from them. But these you can get pretty cheap at basically any store, even Walmart, and I know most places do have Walmarts. So for $3 to $5, which really isn't that much to save your life. So obviously they go around your neck like before, and these ones stay together until you just pull them apart, and then you got the full exposure, so there can't be any mishaps. And it's the same way as before, as you just use them as your pick, and you can just pull yourself out. And without these, a lot of times people will be stuck in the ice and you get so cold you won't be able to move. But these, if you're fast enough right away, you can actually pull yourself out. And these have saved many, many lives. So that's kind of why we're reiterating a few times about the different types, because we really do recommend these for a lot of people, especially new anglers that don't know the lakes or areas as well. These just help, and then it does make you more confident, and it'll make you have a better time because you're not worrying about if you fall through, what do you do by yourself. So highly recommend these.
That's a nice one. Jesus, that hurt.
See how easy that was? Works like candy in a candy shop. I don't know if that made sense, but it did to me. Are there any distinct ways to tell between a bull and a male or female?
Bluegills?
Yeah.
Yeah, typically the males are more colored up. This one, I believe, is a female because, well, actually, yeah, it's probably a female because the males are generally more colored up. They have more purple on them, more this hint of purple and a darker blue. They're usually darker fish, actually. The females tend to be lighter fish, and the males, you can tell they have a distinct bump on their head. I'm going to keep this one for dinner because I only got a few today. There we go. Feels really small. Oh, just another baby.
Yeah, at least we didn't catch any rock bass yet.
Don't say that. No. You ever thrown a pliers down a hole instead of a fish? So we were out here today. We finished up pretty well. We got maybe about 20, maybe 10 apiece. It's not bad. It's nice to keep a couple here, especially early season, running out of meat from the summer. And they taste really nice, so we'll probably go home and flay them. But overall, it was a good day. There was lots of fish to be found. You kind of had to work for them when you did find them, but when there was a big school, you could really get them down right away. You had to weed through some of the smaller ones, and these are some of the bigger ones we got. But overall, it was a good day. Just using tungstens with waxworms and spikes.
And we did notice it is starting to snow a little bit, so we did discuss that it might have been a little bit of a pressure change, which does kind of turn the fish on a little bit. And overall, it was a great day. One of the first times getting out on some safe ice, so can't complain.
Yeah, no, can't complain. Got safe ice, and we did have to travel a little bit, but it's okay. And it's nice to get out, especially, and not have to worry about falling in, even though we are safe with our picks. So we just got to give a big shout out to Eskimo, all the gear that they provided us. And, it's just really great to be working with someone like that. They do provide us with a lot of stuff that allow us to do this, and it's really great.
Yeah. And just big shout out, Whitewater fishing team, once again. Great group of guys. And if anyone's ever interested and you go to Whitewater, let us know, and always taking new people.